And you know what they say, don't mess with success, right? You got a good thing going, you stick with it. You dance with the girl who brought you to the dance. You ever heard that one? That's one of my favorites. They always say it in sports. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the new titanium Voyager from Verizon and LG. What's up, everybody? I'm Noah from PhoneDog.com, and I have got the Voyager Titanium. It's more or less the same as the original Voyager, except it's got this new titanium finish, and it supports two new services: visual voicemail and VCast with Rhapsody support. So if you're a Rhapsody subscriber to their monthly subscription-based music service, you can now access your Rhapsody files on the Voyager. Now, there's actually a software update that adds these services to the original Black Voyager, but we're going to look at the titanium version today. Let's check it out. So this isn't really an unboxing video, not to disappoint all of you unboxing fiends. And you know who you are, you crazy people. But let's just take it out of the box anyway. So here it is, the Voyager Titanium. And you get your software, no, I can't speak Spanish, I'm not going to try it. Your user guide. You get a USB cable, mini USB to USB, or actually no, I'm sorry, it's not. It's a LG proprietary to USB. You get your charger. You get your dual adapter for the mini SD card, and you get the Voyager itself. Now, like I said, it's not really that different. I mean, physically it's not different at all from the original Voyager. Oh wait, sorry, crinkly sounds. Yeah, there's not that much crinkly going on. Sorry, kids. Here, I'll do it again, just for you. Yeah, sorry, not much. It's not really that different at all, really, from the original Voyager, except it's got the titanium finish, and I kind of like it. It looks nice. It's a little bit, the black looked good. I think the silver looked good. If it was me, I'd probably take the titanium just because it's a little bit different, you know? I like the gray finish. And here you go. The Voyager is a great device. Honestly, it's worthy of the way it performs and the functionality and everything. It's worthy of its status as the flagship Verizon VCast device. It supports all the services, VCast streaming music and video, mobile TV, full HTML browser, MP3 player, messaging, everything else. Since Voyager came out, I've had two qualms with it. One is the size, and that's the big one, is that, it's bulky, it's thick, it's long, it's a big device. By way of comparison, here's my iPhone, and I'm not at all trying to do an iPhone comparison, it's just what I had on hand. So it's a little bit longer, but noticeably thinner narrower than iPhone, narrower in terms of left to right. But, thickness-wise, it's really quite a thick phone. And, granted, you have to give up something when you're getting the clamshell design with the internal keyboard. You're giving something up. But if you compare this to the NV2, NV2 is a little more pocketable. It's a little wider, but it's noticeably shorter. And so it just somehow feels easier to pocket. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just me, but the Voyager has always felt a little bit big. But that said, if you don't mind the size, it's a great device. It's got the full touchscreen on front, and it works pretty well. It's not, multi-touch or hardened glass or anything like that, but it works quite well. It's easy to dial on, there's no problems at all dialing. It's got the haptic feedback, which makes it a little bit easier to use. It's got 3 actual hardware buttons on the bottom for send, clear, and end. Stereo speakers on the front. The LG menus have always been good, so you can access, your messaging, you can access the phone, you can get to your main menu here, you can get to your contacts, very easy to use. And like I said, it's got all the services, so it's got a full HTML browser, which, isn't quite on par with the iPhones and Operas of the world, but it'll get you further than the standard the standard Verizon Mobile Web WAP browser will, which is good. So we'll take a quick trip here to Just when I said it was, the touchscreen was responsive, it took me a few clicks, but what are you going to do? Take a quick trip to Phone Dog. It's got the VZW, and it's zippy. You can see it started loading data right away. Screen looks good. It's nice and bright. But this gets me to my second qualm while this is loading, which is that the touch screen is on the outside and the QWERTY pad is on the inside. So you can't use them both at the same time. If you want to get to QWERTY, which is easier for typing, you have to open the phone up. And granted, there's a screen inside. It's a nice screen. It's a big screen, bright screen. It's a good screen. But you can't use QWERTY and the touchscreen at the same time. You flip it over, the QWERTY is dimmed. And, it's a minor complaint, but if I'm shelling out for a top-of-the-line flagship phone, I want everything. And since I've used the Samsung Glide for Verizon, I've really come to like its sliding QWERTY form factor. So on the Glide, you slide the top layer up, and you've got your touchscreen here and your QWERTY down there. Kind of like even the AT&T Tilt, the HTC Tilt is even better because you can slide it up and then tilt it a little bit. With the Voyager, it's nice because you can tilt the screen, you can use an angle that locks it into place, or you can fold it flat. You can use it at a right angle. But, you can't touch it. And it's not a huge deal because there's a D-pad, and the D-pad, works quite well, and you can zoom around, and you can use the soft keys and get to your menu and do everything that you want to do, and it's just fine. But, if you're going to have a touchscreen, again, it's nice to be able to have the access. So, you're kind of compromising if you look at the Voyager relative to devices like the iPhone or the Dare that are full touchscreens. On the other hand, it's not a compromise at all if you think of it as a device like that, plus the benefit of the NV-style full QWERTY keyboard. The keyboard is great, it's roomy, it's easy to type on, no problems at all. I can't test the mobile TV because I don't have access where I am. You can see the little X there. I don't have mobile TV right now. But, everything else works great. The screen is good. The touch screen works well. It's not, it's not iPhone-esque. And I'm not trying to, be an Apple fanboy. The iPhone's the best touchscreen out there. That's just fact. But as far as the other touchscreens go, it's right up there with the best of them. Better than Instinct. Better than the original Glide for sure. And, it does everything. It's got the MP3 player, VCast Music Store. What more do you really want? VZ Navigator with a GPS chip. Everything you could ask for. So, we'll take a quick look. We'll go to, let's go to New Message, and we'll show you, a new text message. And so I'm going to send a message to 555-1122. And again, you can do it from the internal keyboard. Now, I don't know why they put space in the corner. Space should be in the middle. It's the way computers are. It's the way everything should be. It's not necessarily that it's right or wrong so much as it's just what you're used to. And until a new paradigm comes along, it makes sense to follow the paradigm. People are used to it. And then you can switch to the outside keyboard. You can't pick up your message, but we'll do a new message just to show you. Get the draft out. And then on the exterior keypad here, you can edit or create a message using the T9 style keypad, or you can switch to quick text mode or word mode using the touchscreen. We'll get out of there and we'll go to the media center. And so you've got the VCast message, the full support for VCast along with Rhapsody. As the standard VCast Music Store interface, if you've seen it before, you've seen it again, you're used to it. But you've got Rhapsody support here, which if you're a Rhapsody subscriber is cool. I'm not, so, whatever. But and it's got the visual voicemail. So I'm going to send myself a voicemail and we'll check that out. Hang on, we'll be right back. And so here we go. I've got a new voicemail. So we'll go to the voicemail. You don't even have to pay Verizon to watch their visual voicemail trailer. Isn't that exciting? Woohoo! Okay. Can I get my voicemail now? What's funny is it's like the stupidest voicemail you've ever heard. But, you know, for the sake of the review, we want to make sure you hear it. Oh, look at that. $2.99. Can't get my voicemail. No, you can get voicemail. You just can't get visual voicemail unless you subscribe. But it's a reviewer account. It's a loaner. I don't have to pay for it. I don't care. And you want to see it. This is really, I'm doing Verizon a favor. You know, I'm showing it to all the people to let you all decide. Is it worth $3 a month? And if one of you subscribes, it's worth it to Verizon. If none of you subscribe, I don't care. If you're watching the video, make your own choice. Be an educated consumer. Let's run it. Hey! Visual voicemail. I'm covering up my phone number because you don't need to see it. But there you go, visual voicemail. It'll show your messages in order. You can play them however you want. If you recognize the number of your goofy friend Joey who you don't want to hear from, just skip him. Although that's so mean.
Krabby, what's up? It's Krabby. I'm just calling to say I hope everything's Krabby. Alright. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, I wish I'd skipped that. But anyway, there you go, visual voicemail. It works, $3 a month. There you go. What else can I tell you? You know, honestly, it's the Voyager. It's in titanium. I like the titanium. I think it looks good. It's a terrific phone if you don't mind the size. Me personally, I wouldn't carry it day to day because it's too big. It's just me. What can I tell you? It's how I am, and I'm not ashamed of it. And you shouldn't be ashamed either. So if you don't mind the size and you're on Verizon, it's probably the best phone you can get on Verizon. You've got the full QWERTY, you've got the touchscreen, you've got all the services. The HTML browser isn't the best HTML browser out there, but it's as good as anything else on Verizon unless you want to get a smartphone. Otherwise, you know, if it was me, I'd look at this, I'd look at the Glide, I'd look at the Dare, and figure out, you know, do you want the slimness and the camera on the Dare, or do you want the physical keypad on the Voyager or the Glide, or the NV2 for that matter? If you can live without the touchscreen, the NV2 is a little smaller, a little cheaper. If you want the touchscreen, the Glide is a little bit slimmer, and you can use the touchscreen and the QWERTY board at the same time. If you don't mind, if you don't care about all that stuff, the Voyager offers you the most features and services, and it works really well. So what can I tell you? Probably next week at CTIA we'll see some new, you know, the Voyager 9000 or something. I have no idea. Anyway, there you go. It's the Voyager Titanium. I'm Noah from Phone Dog. Here's the phone. We'll see you later. I don't know what the hand signals are about.